me itself, you know, we're in our 20s, so we're kind of trying to we're trying to
mid-20s now, boy.
Listen, we're trying to build our foundation for our future, and that this is kind of the time to, and then other people on this journey who are also on their journeys, who are also doing things, kind of getting on the show just to learn about what they're doing from many different places, you know. Because it's always good. It's like, think of it like traveling, you know. People say it's good to travel to different places because you get a bigger perspective of life.
How CJ said, with everyone traveling, we get to download all of those stories.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes just on Zoom. Obviously, that's way shitter. We'd love to do every guest in person because it's way better, right? We get to learn more out of it.
Yeah.
And then we get to keep it on somewhere that's an archive, and we get to watch that back. So whilst we're obviously seeing how we talk and how we react to certain things, maybe some of our insecurities come out a little bit.
You know, because the topics get kind of deep, and, you know, when you go deeper into the conversations, that's when I feel like people show their true colours, you know?
Yeah.
Especially with what they decide. Or like, nah, actually, I disagree, you know? People are bringing that out, whereas, you know, that wouldn't really come out if we didn't go deep into the conversation. Usually it's just a 1-2 minute like talking about something, and then you move on to the next topic.
Yeah, usually it's just like, okay, agree to disagree.
Whereas now in these podcasts, you're just like talking more into the topic, and then, you know, going deeper, and then saying what you think, and then he's expressing his opinion. I think that's very important for people to listen to.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Especially because we've been in lockdown, and we've just been kept to our own echo chambers. Just validating our opinion after opinion after opinion. Yeah. And then, like, let's say if you were kind of, you know, trying to be an alpha male, you might go and watch Fresh and Fit for like the next 3 months and then say, oh yeah, girls shouldn't even come. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what he said on his podcast. He's supposed to be an alpha male. He's like, okay, I don't have to pleasure you because I pay the bills. That's basically his sentiment. You know what I mean? But like, that's the extreme you can go to when you have an echo chamber just telling you, you're right. You
understand? We're still young, innit? So we're not gonna have a wider perspective of the world, or like that much experience out here. So that's why it's good to understand, like, listen to people who may not necessarily agree with us. Yeah. And so we can find some sort of middle ground.
I think it also helps with people to think outside the box and think differently from what they think. You know, some people could be strong with what they think about something. Listening to this podcast would help them to think otherwise or think differently. Like, hold on a second, he's got a point. And I think that's important, because some people are really like into what they think and they don't want to listen to other people's opinions.
Yeah.
But I guess bringing different people from different backgrounds and different interests, different jobs, different, you know, atmosphere. And hold on a second, I never thought of what you just said, but now that I'm thinking about that, I might go into that and have a look into that, and next thing you know, they might even have a different career, different thoughts, and it could just change a person as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man, because then you get to observe yourself from outside of yourself, because instead of being selfish and doing things for instant gratification, sorry to bring the word back up, guys, but we did, alright? But we don't want instant gratification anymore. You know what I mean? We don't just want that quick fix all the time now. We want to butt heads with people. We want to disagree, because that will allow ourselves as a person like everyone
nowadays,
else.
Man, like, you know how everyone's just got their old Instagram profile and they just have all their pictures and videos and everything? I feel like everyone nowadays is just looking at people based on their profiles and just going through their Instagram, and they're thinking, oh, this person is like that. Right?
Yeah.
But when we're doing our podcasting, that's a different story, because now you actually see the person and you know what they're speaking about, and that's bringing out the more truth in that character compared to just going on an Instagram profile, just looking at pictures of that person. You know what I mean? So, you know, this is bringing the realness out of people. Just coming here, talking, and just being real and just saying what you want to say. Whereas Instagram, I feel like, is a way of showing yourself, but you're kind of hiding behind
the filters and everything.
Yeah.
You're hiding behind the filters, you're hiding behind all of the trends that you have to follow in order to get your page viewed.
Are not being themselves on Instagram, because they want to they want to be part of the trend.
Give an example. Give an example. I feel like we need one.
Example time.
Like, who have you seen that has just been fake as shit?
Yeah,
And you're like, don't even say their name, but just...
No, say their name and it's just pay out there.
Oh my god. I feel, you know what? Even it's like when we went to school, right?
Yeah.
And we saw that person at school and they're just there, like, you know, just sitting there doing their maths questions. But then you go on Instagram, yeah, and you go on their profile, and then you see this guy's works as a, you know, he's a dancer at a club somewhere or something. You know what I mean? Or you just see all these different things about that person, but then in the classroom he's just there doing his maths work. You're just like, oh.
Yeah. Like, how much of social media do you think is people not being themselves?
It's a lot, to be honest with you, because I feel like social media is...
And have you done it? Let's go there.
When I was young, of course I did.
So give an example, yeah.
I used to show off, and well, Instagram's always a thing of showing off, I guess.
Yeah,
so
of course.
I was,
you want to get attention.
Yeah.
Validate me, please.
So I would always, you know, put a sick picture of myself, you know, posing or whatnot.
Yeah.
Put like a quote there, like, yeah, man's putting in work. You know what I mean, like this. and then you know what I mean, like,
yeah, that fake motivation
like that or something. Bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then I'll go to school with my school bag and I'll just be like this, walking to school. You right, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
With like a softer voice as well, like
yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want to speak too loud because you can't draw attention to yourself in person.
And I bet there's
so
people
when you're behind that screen,
you know, let's see for example, someone on Instagram is just like, I don't do drugs, no way, or they're just there like posing with like, you know, in their gym like this, lifting or something. But then you go see them at school and they're just behind the bushes at the park or something, just
behind the bushes,
but in a zoo or something. Like,
you
know what I mean? It's just that's what it is these days. I feel like people are just acting. But this
that's what it is. It's a lot of fake shit. It's like I'm trying to motivate you, but I can't even take care of myself. And that's something that I've definitely fell into myself, right?
Yeah.
Because on Instagram and stuff, like, come on, it's not like I didn't want to be productive. That's not what my objective was, right? I wanted to be productive, and I realized that as a person myself, when I am productive and when I am actually taking initiative for myself, other people follow, and then I encourage them, and then they're on the same journey.
Yeah, I mean...
That has always been my skill.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you're in that, and you're caught up in the whole validation of like, oh, you inspired this person, you inspired that person, which is happening a lot more with this podcast, to be fair. You get caught up in that, and you stop worrying about yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's why in the book that I keep referring to, which is called The Third Circle Theory, the goal is to be outside of yourself so you can view yourself. But I'm not at that point yet because I'm not like fully independent in what I have to do. You know what I mean? I haven't got to the pinnacle that I feel like will give me the freedom to explore myself even more. And so this is the platform where I'm doing it right now.
You know what? I guess the best thing with using these social medias like Instagram and stuff, right? You look how us three are using it in a way. You know, I'm doing my dance stuff and I'm trying to promote it out there on Instagram and stuff. Yeah. And you're doing your poetry, you know, with your like, you know, all your words and stuff. And then you got CJ doing his instrumentals and that, you know.
Yeah.
And obviously the Killy podcast, you're promoting that as well. You know, I feel like that's the best way to use Instagram and stuff. You know, in a way.
Yeah, we spoke about that as well. Like off camera, we were like, listen, it's a tool at the end of the day. If you're not pushing or not using the tool to your advantage on whatever ventures you're doing, even if it's a business, if you're not leveraging social media, and you could obviously do that easily. Lewis and Mo could show you how to. Go back to the episode, find it out. But you know what I mean? Like
using it as a
just
tool,
easy
that's
ways. Yeah. Because you can't allow it to control you.
Right.
Because as we know from marketing, the app tries to keep you on the app.
Of course.
And the more time you spend on the app, the more money they're making because there's more ads that they're viewing.
Everyone's realised that, you know. You go on the app straight away, it just catches you and you're just there. Like, you want to, say for example, you go on it, you just want to do that one thing, like maybe just send a message to someone or whatnot. You do that, but then you're still on the app and you're just still looking through things and you just things just catch your eye and next thing you know, you're just on there for like a long time.
Literally.
And I think we all have to be aware of that because nowadays that's what it is with apps, with anything, you know, even like instant TikTok is just a 10-second video and that's what everyone's about nowadays because they ain't got time to be, you know, going watching videos for a long time because the algorithms and all that stuff is just fully is trying to suit you and trying to shape around your desires and your whatever it is that you want. There you go, and it's there within like a couple seconds.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like how clubbing is for people who don't have a girlfriend. You chill with your boys, and you won't have to think about anything, and you'll just escape from what is your real life with real problems and all of that shit.
10,
you can push that away.
Well, it probably doesn't happen.
Yeah, it doesn't happen, but it's a promise, right?
I said, find a girlfriend.
That's
That's
what
the club.
But that's how people think in the back of the head. They're not thinking about girlfriends. I said that. What I meant to say was people want to fuck, alright? And obviously they go to the club to go and find the person who they might be able to. But again, when you go to a club, even if you have game, blah, 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 it's still like only a 20% chance that you're going to fuck. You know what I mean? But it's like that promise is what social media gives everyone. Because it's like, okay, you can find this, you can find the new way to represent yourself by clothing. Yeah. You can buy it here. Or you want to go and do social media. You want to start making money from that. Here's a social media course, but this guy made, 36 million in the last 18 months or whatever the fuck.
It's mad, man. Yeah, it is. It's crazy stuff.
And no, but I think that's because it's on everyone's mind, isn't it? They're like, oh, I don't know what points that I can use in order to kind of derail this slowly.
But there must be a lot of people out there.
But that's what the podcast is.
There must be a lot of people out there who are just clueless about what to do, where to go. They have no direction.
Yeah. No equilibrium. There's no point of equilibrium, bro.
And they all should just take a step towards the Mount Kilimanjaro, man.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Look up at the mountain. You need another mountain, otherwise you don't have a purpose.
Keeping it real on here as well. There's no fake shit in a way. Well, there is.
There is fake shit,
There is
bro.
fake shit too.
Obviously, Mizanah keeping it fake,
But
yeah,
I guess.
I've been saying I'm going to gym for a long time,
You guys, well, this has made me to take it easy, be calm. I think that's what's helped me with, because you guys have. This has kept me in a sort of way where it's just like you can go hard, but you don't have to go too hard. Take a step back,
Yeah, okay, I remember the first episode. So I'm remembering the first episode, and you came in like pretty punchy, and I was also very punchy at the beginning because, I was like, okay, in order to get the audience going, you have to be a little bit, crazy, like we were saying with the series and all of that. You have to be edgy, you have to be engaging, you have to play like a stereotype, and you have to kind of use that to your advantage. Like how Amber Heard used it to her advantage. But we won't talk about that one there. Because,
What's going on with that? It's always on TV.
Basically, she's, she has psychological issues. But, like, she thought that she could get away with it. And then has a speech afterwards talking about feminism. You can't do that. You know what I mean? You've just broken your privilege. Essentially, that's what you've done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Everyone's trying to be a victim nowadays.
But that's what it is. That's what it helps people do. So now people who have been abused, even if they've been having like a slap on the wrist or whatever, they're coming out like, oh, and my girl abused me. And then they're going to get ridiculed because it's not the same thing. You get me? You're not high profile enough for anyone to care, etc., etc. But you're giving people that victim complex. And you're doing it throughout all of this. So that's why when you meet someone brand new and they're trying to give you their points of view, and if you don't accept it, they get riled up. They don't want to have discussions.
Yeah, people don't.
And that's the beauty of this podcast, I think.
Yeah, it allows people to actually have discussions, innit? Like without being shut down.
Yeah.
Like we said, we may not agree with everyone on who comes on here.
Yeah, we don't believe in past life regression therapy. Like we don't.
This guy had to.
Yeah.
But it's just.
I feel like this. It's like even nowadays, a lot of things are accepted, whereas back in the day, these things would have never been accepted. Like,
all right, let's talk about celebrities for a minute, right? Let's talk about celebrities, right? Because the idea of being a celebrity has changed, isn't it? Because you remember back in the days, right?
Yeah.
Listen, back in the days, if you're a celebrity, let's say you're an actor or someone, or like even a musician or someone, it was more about. Let's say, all right, let's again. If you're an actor, I'm cutting that bit before out. Celebrities and the public, there was this kind of divide, didn't it? And there was this kind of divide, like you wouldn't really see them. You don't know what they get up to. The only time you'll see them is literally on TV in a movie. If they're on or if they're on some show or something like that, you wouldn't really see them. So then there was this air of mystery that was always there with celebrities, and people always saw it that's where that kind of
pedestal comes from.
Yeah, that kind of pedestal in it. People would see them as literally like gods and that.
Whereas now, like, I feel like people are famous for doing the most dumbest things. Like,
yeah, even that. And I think what contributes to that, right, is that when obviously celebrities, you don't really hear about their like political opinions or anything, innit? But like with nowadays, innit, I think it has created this environment where it's kind of brought this like celebrities and like normal people together more, because now celebrities, you know, you've seen what they do. They're posting them at that house and that, posting about, you know, all these different political things and that. And the thing is, some people are kind of starting to see them as these kind of narcissistic, virtue signaling people who are just like trying to jump on trends and that, and they don't really seem genuine in that. So being a celebrity, the value of being a celebrity has kind of gone down compared to before, and especially now, you know, nowadays it's kind of like you know pretty much everything, even things that you shouldn't really know, and you get a bigger picture of someone. It can kind of ruin them in a way. I feel like, innit? And
yeah, I feel like that was a saving grace. The fact that they weren't in the public eye as much.
Yeah.
Like, that was kind of the general rule of thumb of, like, everyone who's a celebrity, stay in your homes. If you need to do a late night show, promote your movie, that's it.
Yeah, when you hear about them, it's because of their work, innit?
Yeah.
And when they're doing that now, they're just saying stuff for this fact. They're trying to talk about everything now. You know, you always hear about celebrities trying to talk about topics that they clearly don't even know what they're talking about.
Because they feel they have that status, so now they think they can just say whatever and everyone's going to believe them.
Celebrities do this thing where they pander to public opinion when it's not authentic to them. Yeah, that's the main issue.
That's exactly, innit?
You know what I mean? And that's why, like, even Mike Malek was saying on Impulsive recently, he was saying the people who are, you know, trying to be authentic to themselves, which in this day and age is insanely hard because of the criticism that you might get. Yeah. If you are criticized for something that you are at this moment, and if you're speaking about yourself in the present tense, about issues that you've been going through, and someone scrutinizes that, you're going to feel at your lowest if you don't have a backbone.
Yeah.
And yeah, what he gets at is that most of these people who are trying to be authentic, they grow a backbone earlier because that's all they were trying to do. So later on, when, you know, someone goes back at us for saying a joke, it can be like, literally, it's a joke. We've said it here, here, and here. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
what you wanna show people soon? What's coming up?
Yeah, the videos are coming out. Trying to get a video out every week. It's going to be some spontaneous dance, whatever I see, whatever I feel like doing. I'm actually looking at some Tamil songs, you know, and I'm trying to go into the Tamil dance sort of thing. So there's this guy I just checked out recently, and he's got some tutorials as well. So I'm just thinking I might, you know, hit up these Tamil dance moves as well and do some Tamil choreography. So
you might as well use your culture to your advantage, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
And just wanna dive deeper into this dance and just do what I gotta do. Trying to get that consistent content out there. You know, maybe getting back into these reaction videos too. You know, I haven't really got back to it yet, but I've always been thinking about these, these reaction videos to like songs and stuff. And doing skits as well to like video games and maybe something along those lines. But you know, there's just things I've been watching on YouTube, and I'm thinking I could do the same thing.
Yeah. And
when I think about it, it's not actually that hard to do. And you know, sometimes you just got to try something without like thinking twice about it. Like, you know, because I feel like sometimes we think of doing something, but then we don't do it because we're just like, oh, but I don't know if that's gonna work. I feel like we
try and be a perfectionist,
overthinking the situation. Whereas when we should just go ahead and go for it, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, and at least you tried, and you never know where it could take you, and you never know what thoughts could come next afterwards. You know, maybe you tried something and you failed, but then you have this other thing coming into your head where you're like, hold on, what if I do it this way? You know, and it's a bit like, you know, how Lil Wayne, you know, right? Lil Wayne was a sick rap artist, right? And he did all these different things.
He's alright, you know.
Yeah.
And
you know what I mean?
he was like doing like what? He was doing like playing. He was getting into rock. He was playing the guitar. Like he was trying different things, and he was like doing skateboarding and stuff like that. And he was one time, I think in one of his videos, he was just like talking about skateboarding, and he was like, he got into a bit of it, and he was actually trying to do all these tricks, and he got somewhere with it. And he's saying, he talked about like Tony Hawk and all these other people, and he's like, okay, these guys are this sick, right? They're this good, right? And me, I've just given it a shot, yeah. And I might not be just like them, but I've got something, and that's better than nothing. And that is sort of the mind frame we should be going ahead with everything we do, in a way. Even with this podcasting, like it's just that never give up mentality, and it's just that strive to keep going no matter what, and just know that there is something you're gonna fill the holes for.
Yo, that's crazy. I said fill the holes for you. That's crazy. But that's what it is, right? Like,
Definitely.
we're just trying to fill the gap.
Yeah. Who talks?
Yeah, man, just get motivated. And the thing is, we don't want to talk too much about like our consistency. Like, obviously, Lavan's just getting into it again, and he found the bug again, basically, for it. And he got that video out, and it did well. He knows how to do the shorts now. He knows how to send it to private and then put a description on it. He knows how to do all of that.
To be honest, I'm always asking you guys for help on that, but like,
no, we're here for it, right? But we just want to show you through demonstration. Mm-hmm. So like, as much as I like to be like, yo, we've done 40 guests, just wait. Like, it's aggravating that we can't show you more glimpses, but if we show you more glimpses, we're gonna ruin it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like spoilers in a series. Exactly. But yeah, so Lavan's gonna keep on dancing for you, man. Right? So at least, throw in some coins and actually subscribe.
These guys are gonna be delivering the podcasts every
yeah.
now and then.
Also, I was thinking, since you're on this whole like, let's just go do it mentality, why don't we just react to a song right now and put it on your channel? Okay, pick a song.
Okay.
It's like when he was walking with his backpack again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try something new. That's what happens when you try something new. You become a little bit of a bitch. That's what I do whenever I start something new. Whenever I started doing reports and I had to do my first presentation in front of my two managers, who I just started at this company 7 months ago, but because I haven't been into the office, I didn't need to do presentations.
Now you got to do
it's like, we made this many sales in the last 3 months. And it's like, what?
You got the flipping pointer. You're like,
it's not working, guys.
And you can't make eye contact. You're just like.
But yeah, you do get nervous, right? And you feel like your words can't come out, blah blah blah. But yeah, you want to do that reaction? Because we've done a few, but they've been shit.
To what? To like a song?
Yeah, to a song, because that's your genre.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to be a rapper, so.
Shut up,
Not
man.
yet.
Shut up,
Not yet. Wait. So you guys find his Spotify. He's not even going to tell you what it is. Just find it.
It's